What does the ceasefire actually mean for Israel and Lebanon? And where does it leave Hezbollah? Hi, welcome to 333. Today, we take a look at the lead up to and ramifications of the ceasefire deal struck on Wednesday morning between Israel and Lebanon. The land on which Lebanon now stands had been ruled by the Ottomans since the early 16th century, up until the empire's collapse at the beginning of the 20th. The subsequent rule by the French then led to the current borders of modern Lebanon being set up, within which different religious groups had to fight for their place in the new state. Hezbollah was born out of the minority Shia Muslim faction to help protect and push their particular interests. A subsequent alliance with Shiite Iran after the 1979 revolution has seen Lebanon's previous national problems extend onto the international stage, and perhaps the most visible manifestation of this has been its long-held opposition to and military conflict with the State of Israel. The last war between the two countries ended in 2006. On October the 8th, 2023, however, Hezbollah fired rockets into Israel to show its support for Hamas. Israel responded and has been conducting attacks deeper and deeper into Lebanon in its targeting of Hezbollah infrastructure and personnel. The IDF estimates around 3,000 Hezbollah combatants have been killed, with drone corps reduced to 30% and rocket arrays to 20% of their pre-war presence. However, with estimates of between 25 to 50,000 actual Hezbollah personnel still in Lebanon, the current ceasefire represents anything but a victory for either side. On Tuesday night, Netanyahu laid out the main reasons for the ceasefire. As the Times of Israel reports, quote, "Because the imperative to tackle would-be nuclear Iran is now his primary concern. Because IDF troops need a break and fresh weapons supplies. And because taking Hezbollah out of the war isolates Hamas and could help advance the return of the hostages in Gaza." Unquote. However, the pro-Hezbollah Telegram channel Global Politics offered an additional reason for the deal, namely that under Erdogan, Turkey is getting ready to open a new front in Syria targeting Assad, Hezbollah and Iran. Netanyahu can therefore disengage for the moment, knowing that all three will be otherwise occupied and re-engage later when the time seems right. The Wall Street Journal also adds, quote, "Israel wagers that military pressure combined with economic incentives from the Gulf countries will convince Assad to abandon his alliance with Iran and close off the weapons smuggling routes." Unquote. In the meantime, the burden of peacekeeping in Lebanon will be placed upon the shoulders of the Lebanese army and UNIFIL, the United Nations interim force in Lebanon, neither of which seems particularly willing or able to accomplish the demilitarization of the border zone. It was, of course, UNIFIL's responsibility this last 18 years, since the end of the previous Israel-Lebanon war, to keep the border zone free from Hezbollah weapons and infrastructure, a task it obviously failed at. We can hope that Lebanon will receive better support this time, and that the ceasefire will eventually lead to a true and lasting peace.